My name is Ray Arellano, and I live at 290 Blackman Street, Wilkes Barre City. And my question is directed only to council. Okay? Whenever this thing was brought up at your work session, did you all have a whiteboard presentation or anything of that nature, graphic design, where you could see exactly how the streets are going to be laid out, how the easement was going to run, and things of that nature, traffic control and all that? Similar like when PennDOT proposes to do something with the roadway, they do make a presentation like that so that everybody's on the same page, rather than listen to one person coming down from Harrisburg and saying, this is how it's going to be done, okay? Now, I understand that the city owns, or does or will own and hold title to the easement when this thing is done, if it's done. However, by owning the easement, the taxpayers also absorb the cost of maintenance and upkeep on this easement because it would be city property. And what would be the liability to the city if we had any problems on that easement? Now, the easement goes into a dead end. Ironically, I was standing across the street on Cole Street looking at that thing, and I saw a Xerox copy of the Sheets gas station at 319, where you come out of Coles, you look straight ahead, it's a dead end road. Sheets is on the left. They've got controlled access coming in, controlled access going out, and they have an easement going out to merge with traffic going towards Hazelton. If it was going to be on the opposite side of the street, they would have an easement coming in, traffic control for entrance and egress, okay? Basically, it would be a carbon copy of the one that they got over on 319. Their cost of construction, the architects and all that, it's already done. So that would be fine. Now, the property, as I understand it, is KOZ tax-free. Would any structure, whether it be Sheets or Walgreens or whatever, would they also be tax-free at the time of their construction? And let us see. And I've been told, and I have no knowledge of this being truthful, that the Holtzman property has been tax exempt for years. And so therefore, what does the city gain from this other than the responsibility for the easement that goes nowhere? It's like that bridge that goes nowhere, you know? Obviously, you guys are just like the guy blowing kisses in the dark. You know what you're doing, nobody else does. That's all I have to say. If you were not totally, completely informed, then the decision that you're making isn't really, how would you say, in the best interest of the people. You have to understand, without slamming anyone, this thing was probably brokered by the same person that brokered Sinaway, Holtzman, the bakery, and now the lien against the building, against the sterling. I don't know. It's just things that come up when I have a conversation with many, many people in the community, and they ask me, Ray, as you know, I don't come over here very often, and I really don't have a lot to say to any of you because it's irrelevant. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. And that's all I have to say. You guys think it over before you vote on it. Realize that, you know, you're affecting a lot of people here behind me. And thank you for putting this rail out here. It's just like Sherman Hills. Keeps you guys over there and me over here.
Anybody want to address?
I had to call at the work session, and since then, I did receive the agreement, which 99% of the things in it I agreed to, and we did receive the blueprints, and they're all PennDOT proof, and they're actually their blueprints that they're going to build the road to PennDOT specifications.
How is that going to affect the pending PennDOT plan that they have for their extension over to Union Street?
That was my question too. When that comes, it'll be the same design. Now, all they'll do is they'll continue it or do it over, but that's PennDOT funds, and go straight through, knock that dike down, the railroad tracks, and go straight to Penn Ave.
Am I right in assuming that the city will have to assume responsibility for that easement and maintenance?
We already own the property. We're
Yeah,
already responsible.
yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
be
but right now, there's no
dedicated
traffic
public
on it. I'm talking about once you open it up to traffic, the liability, will the city incur any liability by opening up that easement?
The same liability we have on any city street.
Okay, but the traffic will be greater than it
The
is.
answer is yes, right?
Yeah, well, it'll be our responsibility, just like it is on Washington.
That's all I want to know. Thank you very much for your indulgence.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good evening.
And I know we're not done yet. But after we finish with all these questions, they all seem to refer to the tool corps. Can we have their representatives come and
I
explain?
wanted to answer the question.